Britain stood alone, the Empire answered the call. From the factories of Canada to the workshops of the outback. This is the complete catalogue of the Commonwealth's indigenous armor, the shields of the Dominions. Let's start with the industrial giant, Canada. Ram Mark I, the cruiser, built when the US could not supply enough tanks. It used the chassis of the American M3 Lee but featured a Canadian-designed cast turret mounting a 2-pounder gun. It was the training tank for thousands of Commonwealth crews. Ram Mark II, the upgunned cruiser, the definitive version. It upgraded the main armament to a 6-pounder gun and eliminated the side doors for better armor integrity. Though it never saw tank versus tank combat, it was vital for training and conversion. Ram Badger, the flamethrower, a turretless ram tank modified to carry a Wasp flamethrower system. It was used to burn out bunkers in the Netherlands. Grizzly I, the Canadian Sherman, a licensed production of the M4A1 Sherman built in Montreal. It featured thicker, heavier tracks and a localized radio setup. Only a few hundred were made before US production caught up. Sexton I, the artillery. The British Army needed a self-propelled 25-pounder gun, but the US Priest couldn't fit it. Canada solved this by mounting the gun on a ram chassis. Sexton II, the mass production. The standardized version with batteries and generator boxes moved to the rear for better engine access. It became the most successful Commonwealth self-propelled gun of the war. Skink AA, the Shredder, the ultimate anti-aircraft tank. A grizzly hull fitted with a specially designed turret mounting 4 20mm Pulse 10 cannons. It fired 1,800 rounds per minute and was devastating against German infantry in the Rhineland. Otter Light Reconnaissance Car, the Scout, based on a Chevrolet truck chassis. It carried a Boys anti-tank rifle and a Bren gun, used extensively by Canadian and British units in Italy and Northwest Europe. Fox Armored Car Mark I, the Heavy Scout, a Canadian version of the British Humber, but built on a General Motors chassis with a more powerful engine. It was faster and more reliable than its British cousin. Fox Armored Car Mark II, the Upgunned Scout. The turret was redesigned to fit a larger 37mm main gun, giving it anti-armor capability against light vehicles. The roof featured a simplified hatch layout. Lynx Scout Car Mark I, the Speedster, a Canadian version of the Daimler Dingo. It had a higher ground clearance and a stronger transmission, making it perfect for the rough terrain of the Italian campaign. Lynx Scout Car Mark II, the upgraded Dingo. It featured a strengthened chassis and deleted the 4-wheel steering system of the Mark I to simplify maintenance. The radiator grille was armored with heavy louvers. C-15TA Armored Truck, the Armored Hauler, an armored hull on a Chevrolet truck chassis. It was used as an ambulance, command post, and troop carrier. C-15TA Ambulance, the Protected Evacuator, a C-15TA modified with a canvas roof and stretcher racks in the rear compartment to safely transport wounded soldiers from the front line. Ram Kangaroo, the first APC, a brilliant improvisation. Canadian workshops removed the turrets from old ram tanks to create fully armored personnel carriers. They allowed infantry to keep pace with tanks without being exposed to shrapnel. Priest Kangaroo, the defrocked Priest. US-supplied M7 Priest artillery vehicles had their guns removed to carry troops. These were the first Kangaroos used during Operation Totalize. Windsor Carrier, the extended carrier, a lengthened version of the universal carrier with an extra road wheel. It was designed to tow 6-pounder anti-tank guns and carry more supplies. CMP Field Artillery Tractor, the Tug, part of the legendary Canadian military pattern truck series. These distinctive, snub-nosed armored tractors towed the 25-pounder guns across every continent. CMP Heavy Utility Personnel, the Heavy Utility, a staff car variant of the CMP truck series. It featured a fully enclosed hardtop body used by senior officers and signal units. Bombardier B7, the Snowmobile, a half-tracked vehicle with skis in the front and tracks in the rear. It was powered by a V8 engine and used for winter transport and training. Bombardier B12, the Heavy Snowmobile, a larger version of the B7 capable of carrying 12 troops. It featured a streamlined wooden body and wide tracks for deep snow performance. Next, the Defense of the Pacific, Australia, a C-1 Sentinel, the Cast Fortress, designed when Japanese invasion seemed imminent. It was the first tank in history to feature a hull cast as a single piece. It mounted a 2-pounder gun and was powered by 3 Cadillac V8 engines arranged in a cloverleaf shape. AC-3 Thunderbolt, the Hunter, an up-gun Sentinel. The turret ring was expanded to fit a 25-pounder howitzer for better high-explosive power against Japanese bunkers. AC-4, the Big Gun, a prototype mounting the massive 17-pounder anti-tank gun, the same gun as the Firefly, onto the Sentinel chassis. It proved the Australian chassis could handle extreme firepower. Yaramba, the Hidden Artillery, a self-propelled 25-pounder gun built on the chassis of an American M3 Grant. Though it arrived too late for World War II combat, it proved Australian engineering could match world standards. Dingo Scout Car Australian, the Lizard, not to be confused with the British Dingo. This was a locally designed scout car built on a Ford the 5th 8 chassis. It was lighter and faster, perfect for the vast distances of the outback. Rover Light Armored Car Mark I, the improvised Scout, built on Ford truck chassis. It featured a long, boxy riveted hull with an open top. Armed with Vickers machine guns, it was used for airfield defense. Rover Light Armored Car Mark II, the update. It featured a shorter wheelbase and sloped armor to improve protection. The open top was partially covered with anti-grenade screens. S1 Scout Car, the American-Australian hybrid, based on the US M3 Scout car design but built by Ford Australia. It featured a sloped rear hull and carried a .50 caliber machine gun on a skate rail. LP1 Carrier, the local carrier, Australia's version of the Bren carrier. It was locally manufactured using Ford the 5th 8 engines and high-speed differentials. LP2 Carrier, the production standard, an improved version of the LP1 with a welded hull. Thousands were built and served as the primary transport for Australian infantry in the jungles of New Guinea. LP2 Mortar Carrier, the mobile mortar, an LP2 modified with a reinforced floor and wide firing aperture to mount a 3-inch mortar. The mortar could be fired from inside the vehicle or dismounted. LP2 Tank Attack, the Tank Hunter, an LP2 carrier fitted with a heavy 2-pounder anti-tank gun mounted on the engine deck. It was capable of 360-degree fire. Moving to the Kiwi innovation, New Zealand, Bob Semple Tank, the Legend, born out of pure desperation. It was a farm tractor covered in corrugated iron and armed with 6 machine guns. While technically a failure and the subject of ridicule, it symbolized the do-it-yourself spirit of a nation ready to fight with whatever they had. Schofield Tank, the Transformer, a unique wheel-cum-track design, could drive on tracks for cross-country or lower wheels to drive on roads like a truck. A brilliant concept that was ultimately rejected in favor of British designs. Beaverette NZ, the Baby Armor, a Ford truck chassis with a simple armored hull open at the top. Used for airfield defense and home guard training. Universal Carrier NZ pattern, the local carrier, similar to the British carrier but fitted with extra stowage bins and locally produced armor plate. Used extensively for training. Wheel-cum-track carrier, the hybrid carrier, a modified universal carrier prototype designed to lower road wheels for high-speed travel, similar to the Schofield tank concept. Next, the Kings of the Desert, South Africa, Marmon Harrington Mark I, the prototype, a Ford the 5th 8 truck chassis converted into a 4x2 armored car. It was primitive with only machine guns, but it started the lineage. Marmon Harrington Mark II, the Desert Rat, a 4x4 conversion that became the standard reconnaissance vehicle of the British Army in North Africa. It was often fitted with captured weapons, including Italian Breda cannons and German anti-tank rifles. Marmon Harrington Mark III, the Clean Sweep, a redesigned hull with no rear doors and a shorter wheelbase. It was more compact and robust, serving until the end of the African campaign. Marmon Harrington Mark IV, the Heavy Scout, a complete redesign with a rear-mounted engine and a 2-pounder gun in a turret. It was a true combat car, capable of fighting other light tanks. Marmon Harrington Mark VI, the 8-wheeler, the final development. It featured 8 driven wheels and independent suspension. It carried a 6-pounder gun in a 3-man open-top turret, could hit 40 miles per hour. Finally, the jewel of the Empire, India, ACVIP Mark I, the Rolling Bunker, an armored carrier built on a Ford or Chevrolet chassis produced in India by Tata Steel. It looked like a wheeled box but provided vital protection for Indian troops in North Africa and Italy. ACVIP Mark IIC, the 2-pounder. A Ford truck chassis fitted with a fully enclosed armored body and a 2-pounder anti-tank gun mounted in a specialized turret. Carrier tracked Indian pattern. The local tracks, an Indian-produced version of the universal carrier using welded local steel. It featured slightly different vision ports and distinct sand filters for the engine. They were weird, they were wonderful, and they were built by nations with little heavy industry. From the tractors of New Zealand to the assembly lines of Canada. This was the shield of the empire.